Please stand. Thank you. We will now commence with the St. Martin song. Please remain standing. Thank you. Thank you. You may now be seated. Once again, good evening and welcome to tonight's wonderful event. I believe before we make the official welcome, we will have an opening prayer. You want everyone to stand?
Good evening. I ask your indulgence to please stand as we give reverence to the Almighty tonight. I invite you to bow your heads with me as we pray. Heavenly Father, as we gather here today in celebration of knowledge and accomplishment, Lord, we lift our hearts to you in gratitude for the gift of wisdom and the written word. Lord, we come together to seek your blessings upon the book launch ceremony, the book entitled Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Proceedings, authored by Dr. Anders Linda Richardson. Lord, we acknowledge the dedication and hard work that has gone into the creation of this insightful work. We thank you for the intellect and passion that you have bestowed upon Dr. Anders Linda Richardson, enabling her to contribute to the understanding of trilingual terminology in the realm of criminal proceedings. We pray for your blessings upon this book, that it may serve as a source of enlightenment, education, and inspiration for all those who read it. May it become a valuable resource for legal professionals, scholars, and individuals seeking a deeper understanding of the complexities within this field. Oh Lord, we ask for your guidance and wisdom as we embark on this book launch ceremony. May the event be filled not only with joy, but camaraderie and a sense of accomplishment. Bless all those who have supported and contributed to this project, and may their efforts be recognized and also celebrated. Lord, we pray for the success of this book. Allow it, oh God, to reach far and wide, touching the lives of those who engage with its content. May it contribute positively to the pursuit of justice, understanding, and the betterment of this society. As we begin this ceremony, we place it in your hands, seeking your divine presence and blessings. May this book launch be a moment of joy, celebration, and a step towards a journey of knowledge. Father, we thank you and we ask that you will take preeminence in this place. In your mighty name we pray. Amen. Praise God.
Thank you. You may be seated. And once again, welcome to everyone here tonight for this wonderful event, the Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Proceedings, Dutch, English, and Spanish, written by Dr. Anders Linda Richardson. And I would, of course, like to give a special welcome to His Excellency Ajamu Bailey, the Governor of St. Martin. Thank you for being here this evening with us. I would also like to honor the presence of the Honorable Silveria Jacobs, the Prime Minister of St. Martin. Thank you for being here with us this evening. As well as the Honorable Anna Richardson, Minister of Justice. I would also like to acknowledge the presence, I just saw him walking, the Honorable Siddharth Bijlani, the President of Parliament. Thank you. As well as other members of Parliament that I see here this evening, MP George Pantaflet. Thank you for being here. And I see some others on the list that should be arriving this evening. Not seeing them as yet, but I would also like to welcome them once they arrive. So thank you for being here with us this evening. I would also like to make mention and welcome the Joint Court of Justice, Judge Geert Jan Wouters, Vice President of the Joint Court of Justice. Thank you for being here. As well as Judge Jacoba Grib, Judge of Instruction. Judge Gerben Drent of the Court of First Instance. As well as Richelda Emmanuel, the Court Manager. Thank you for being here. Also the presence of the representatives of the Public Prosecutor's Office, Ms. Mary Oudendijk. And also the presence of our police force, KPSM of St. Martin, Honorable Carl John, Chief of Police, as well as the Honorable Inspector Blueman. Thank you for being here. And of course, to all our fellow officers, see, on cue. And also, I'd like to wish them a pleasant police week this week as well as they are celebrating. Thank you very much for being here. Also, representatives of the Integrity Chamber, thank you for being here this evening. Representative of the Law Enforcement Council, Probation Service, Vice President of the Council of Advice, Ms. Sila Richardson Nicolas, thank you for being here. As well as representatives of the Chamber of Commerce, thank you for being here this evening. And of course, I would like to thank our special guests, invited guests, family members, friends, media, and everyone else who is here tonight. Thank you for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Give yourselves a round of applause. And I will be your master of ceremonies this evening, Kevin Petrona, affectionately known as Super. Thank you. So, we are here this evening for a very, very wonderful event. Like I mentioned before, this is the book launch of the Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Proceedings, an idea from Ms. Linda Richardson that I'm sure she has been working on for quite some time over the last few years. And finally, her baby is here. She already has 3 kids, right? 3 kids. Well, and her grandchild, can't forget her grandchild. And now I guess this is the 5th one to the family. So many, many months and nights of labor, and she's finally here on 10th and 10 also, to be exact. So give yourself a round of applause, Linda. And I was also part of this wonderful creation of this wonderful book that will be presented tonight. I remember it was in June that Linda and Ife came to me and said, Super, we need a cover for the book. And we need it as soon as possible. I said, no problem. What would you like? And when is the deadline? Well, I would like the book to be released in around September or October. I said, Belinda, it's June. We have enough time. Trust me, it'll be fine. She's like, no, 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 no. I need to make sure that this is it. You know, I've been working on it for so many years and I've been putting it off. And I can't do, I have to have this book out by October. I said, no problem. I got you. This is easy. It's just a cover. Little did I know, that was only the beginning. Because not only did we have to work on the front cover, we had to work on the back cover, and then we ended up working on the inside and on the outside and the forward and the table of contents and the reviews and everything. And it was lots and lots of work. We ended up with 11 final revisions, I believe. But finally, what you will get tonight, what you will see tonight, is the final version of this wonderful, wonderful book that will be presented. So, of course, I would like to say I'm very, very honored to be a part of this event and this book as well. So, thank you, Linda, for trusting me. All late nights, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting messages from Linda. Last review, I promise. Yeah, okay. I would like to first welcome to the podium our first speaker for this evening to give us a brief address. I would like to welcome Judge, let's see, yes, VP of the Joint Court of Justice, Judge Dowers, I believe. Did I say it correct? Wouters. Oh, someone made a typo. Judge Wouters. Judge Wouters. Is Judge Wouters here? Yes, here he is.
Pronunciate my name a little bit better, my friend.
It's the Wouters. Said it? Wouters.
It's a difficult name, Gert-Jan Wouters. That's a typical Dutch name, but when you practice, then you will do it better, I think. Thank you for your welcoming me. As protocol has been established, I can say welcome to you all. As you undoubtedly will know, and now you do know, I'm not the Honorable Judge Bob Witt. He was the keynote speaker for this event, but unfortunately he is ill and he is not able to come here. So Dr. Anders Linda Richardson asked me to say a few words, and I am honored that you asked me, Linda, so thank you for that. As I already mentioned, my name is Gert-Jan Wouters. I'm the Vice President of the Joint Court of Justice. Linda and I already discussed sometime that's not a real good translation because it should be Common Court of Justice, but someone chose to call it Joint Court of Justice. So that's our official name in English. The title of the book of Dr. Anders Richardson is Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Proceedings. So it's a book about language. To be more exact, 3 languages. I'll therefore try to address you in the 3 languages of the book so you can have something to laugh about. And if you don't understand what I am about to say, fortunately, there is a very good translator in the room, so you can ask her what is the guy on the podium saying. Let me start with my most familiar language, that's Dutch, of course. I don't hope I offend someone here in the room with talking Dutch. Taal is een essentieel aspect van ons leven. Het stelt ons in staat om te communiceren, ideeën uit te drukken en met elkaar te verbinden. Of het nu gesproken, geschreven of gebarentaal is, taal is de bouwsteen van onze samenleving en speelt een cruciale rol in ons dagelijks leven. Een van de belangrijkste functies van taal is communicatie. Door middel van taal kunnen we gedachten, emoties en ervaringen delen. Het stelt ons in staat om onze behoeften kenbaar te maken, informatie uit te wisselen en onze mening te uiten. Of het nu gaat om een simpele begroeting, het voeren van een diepgaand gesprek of het schrijven van een hartstochtelijke brief, taal stelt ons in staat om met elkaar in contact te komen en dat op een dieper niveau te doen. Language also has a powerful influence on our thinking and understanding of the world. It shapes the way we perceive and understand reality. Each language has its own unique vocabulary and grammar rules, which influence the limits and possibilities of our thinking. Language allows us to formulate abstract concepts and ideas and translate them into concrete words, allowing us to organize and structure our thoughts. Moreover, language offers a window to different cultures and tradition. Learning a new language gives us insight into the values, beliefs, and norms of other people. Language allows us to understand how other cultures think and express themselves. It allows us to build bridges between different communities and strengthens the sense of connection and understanding. Language is also a powerful means of expressing our identity. It allows us to express our personality, feelings, and thoughts, and to make our unique voice heard. Our choice of language can be an important part of our cultural identity and can help us to connect with others who speak the same language. Language allows us to distinguish ourselves and express our individuality. Nou komt het. The Spanish. You're already having fun. Además, el idioma también tiene un valor económico. Dominar varios idiomas puede abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y posibilidades. En un mundo cada vez más globalizado, donde la comunicación se produce a través de fronteras nacionales, la capacidad de hablar varios idiomas es un activo valioso en el mercado laboral. Nos permite trabajar con personas de diferentes nacionalidades y culturas y aumenta nuestras posibilidades de éxito en un contexto internacional. En definitiva, el lenguaje tiene un valor inestimable en nuestras vidas. Nos permite comunicarnos, dar forma a nuestra comprensión del mundo, establecer conexiones culturales, expresar nuestra identidad y aprovechar las oportunidades económicas. Es una poderosa herramienta que nos permite crecer, conectarnos y evolucionar como individuos y como sociedad. Apreciemos la magia del lenguaje y sigamos usándolo para enriquecer nuestras vidas y las de los demás. Nou, dat was het moeilijkste deel voor mij. Thank you. But we are all here together because of the launch of a beautiful book, Dr. Anders Linda Richardson. So let me return to the book and its author. The book, Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Procedures, meets a vital need to criminal law practice. Dr. Anders Richardson not only acts as a highly valued interpreter within the Court of Justice, she is also willing to share her knowledge through her book with anyone involved in criminal proceedings. She does this in a practical way by providing the English and Spanish translations of Dutch words or compositions of words by category. The book therefore contains a treasure of information, and the court is very grateful to Dr. Anders Richardson for this. It will be very much used in our court, I can say you. So we thank you for your initiative, and thank you for the opportunity to say a few words about it. I thank you for your interest. Gracias por su interés. Ik dank u voor uw belangstelling.
Thank you. And once again, dank u wel, thank you and gracias to Judge Gert-Jan Wouters. Okay, I got it. All right. Listen, tonight I'm trying to make as much friends in the justice chain because in case I ever get in trouble, I got some friends. I would like to call next to the podium the Honorable Minister of Justice, Anna Richardson. Who would like to address the audience?
Let me put this back up there. Yeah.
Let's see.
I should hold it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll hold it. It's fine. Yeah, I'll hold it. Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, Mr. Supa. So, as Supa so mentioned, today we are celebrating Justice Day. It's a whole week, so I am going to deliver a speech that is sort of short, and then I would ask you to forgive me as I would need to excuse myself because I have to rush off, go home, get dressed to continue celebrating with my officers. I hope you can understand. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, with protocol having been established, I wish you all a pleasant evening. As we gather this evening for a momentous occasion, the launch of the reference book entitled Trilingual Terminology Used in Court Proceedings, it is a privilege and an honor to extend our heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Anders Linda Richardson for her outstanding work in bringing this invaluable resource to fruition. St. Martin, as a vibrant and diverse community, has long needed an official book of reference that captures and defines the terminologies often used in court proceedings. This book is not only a testament to Dr. Anders Richardson's dedication and expertise, but also a beacon of knowledge that will shine brightly in our legal landscape for some time to come. The significance of this book cannot be overstated. It is a tool that will bring support and clarity to individuals from all walks of life, regardless of their education level. Legal jargon can be daunting, but with this reference book at hand, understanding complex legal terms during court proceedings becomes much more accessible. One noteworthy aspect of this book is that it is written in 3 different languages. English being one that is reflecting the linguistic fabric of our beloved St. Martin. So while we are a territory within the Dutch Kingdom, the dominant language here spoken daily on St. Martin we know is English. Dr. Anders Richardson's commitment to making this resource available in English as well as Spanish aligns perfectly with the needs of our community. It ensures that non-Dutch speaking individuals can navigate the intricacies of the legal terminology with confidence. As Minister of Justice, in representation of the Ministry of Justice, I am proud of the opportunity given to the ministry to sponsor this edition. Any opportunity and possibility for the ministry to demonstrate its dedication to enhancing legal literacy within our community worth investing in. And for that, Dr. Anders Richardson, we thank you. So I want to share a few words about Judge Witt because I really, really appreciate his knowledge, expertise, etc. But I will just use this moment to, on behalf of the ministry and my person, Dr. Anders Richardson, if you can express that we wish him well and that he will recover quickly. Yeah. In closing, Dr. Anders, this book is a testament to the power of knowledge and strength of our community when we work together. It's a remarkable achievement, and we look forward to the positive impact it will have on our legal landscape. Congratulations, Dr. Anders Richardson, on this remarkable accomplishment, and thank you to everyone here this evening who are here to be able to celebrate with Dr. Anders Richardson and her team for this momentous occasion. May this book serve as a guiding light on our path towards a more equitable and just St. Martin. And with that, I say thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Justice, Anna Richardson. Linda, that your family? Yeah, I'm pretty sure soon she's going to have a version in not just English, but Sematin English. We need one of those, right? Tis we own thing. Okay. I would like to call upon a young poet that goes by the name of Gino Olavaci. He'll be reciting a wonderful poem for you this evening. So welcome him to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. A hearty congratulations to Dr. Anders Richardson on this achievement. I'm here tonight to inspire, to exhort, to edify, to embolden us. And the piece I'm about to do tonight is called Linguistic Liberation. It's one of my most recent creations. Linguistic liberation. In the beginning was the Word, divine law, logic, and reason, days, months, years, seasons. Letters begat words, words begat sentences, past, present, future, tense is, are, I, am, divine reverberation, the power of linguistic liberation. I digress so that I may ingress through the egress of the power of we. There once lived a people that were one, and their language was the same. Nothing could disrupt their united Masonic fame. But the all confounded their language, for their masonry was savage. Incomprehensible babble, like scribble, scribble, scrabble. We need an interpreter. We need an interpreter, interpret her, to interpret him, to interpret them, ending discrimination, the power of language mentation, linguistic liberation. How my heart aches for this generation, a majority in linguistic denigration, ignorant to their own inborn word power, walking around like sheep to the slaughter, cursing instead of blessing, stressing instead of setting the bar higher, entrapped in the trade winds of mediocrity, of ratchet reality TV, their own lives a ratchet reality, a perpetuation of a stereotypical situation. They need The power of language mentation, linguistic liberation. Created in divine likeness and image of the all, with a spark of power like the all, to speak and create. We create love or hate, concord or debate, peace or war, dejection or elated estates, states of consciousness where humanity can vibrate at the frequency of victory instead of psychological sorcery. The power of language mentation, linguistic liberation. At last, we come to my conclusion of this verbal perusing. Allow me to briefly demonstrate the power of linguistic liberation, evil. Linguistic liberation, evil, and live. For to be evil is to live a backward life. We all learned to spell because the truth is, words cast spells. So cast the good spell, the God spell, the goss spell, evict hell, an end to demonstration, its etymology of monstrous denotation. Let us manifest truth that shines and mind our minds, where words for peaks of peaks, where words spin and whirl to create worlds that amalgamate into a new order of love without borders. The power of language mentation, linguistic liberation. I thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Hold on. Honorable Anna Richardson, quick, before you leave, we have a quick presentation to give you. Dr. Anders Linda, we'd like to invite you to the stage. I know you have to run. I know you're just, your police officers are waiting for you. I know your ride is there. Hold on. So before the Minister of Justice leaves, as she mentioned before, her ministry was a part of the sponsorship in putting this book together. And I believe Linda Richardson would like to say some special thanks before the minister leaves.
Yes, protocol has been established. I am not going to let our Minister of Justice leave without at least giving her a presentation of the book. Actually, this is not a presentation I wanted to give her. They are hard copies for special people that are still at the airport somewhere else. But it doesn't matter. I wanted to give her this because I remember when I was getting some, let me say, negative vibes for the sponsorship of this book. And I said, Minister, what about, as a matter of fact, it was advised by Bob Witt, Justice Bob Witt, that I should speak to the Minister of Justice for help. I said, what about printing? Help me pay the cost of the book. Mind you, over 7 months ago, exactly on this date, I had done a soft launch of this book. It's changed totally. And Minister was there, the Prime Minister was there. It was a soft launch, and I said, I'm going to fix it with the assistance of Justice Bob Witt. And she said, yes, I will assist you. It is in the purview of my ministry, and we will take care of the printing. So I'm so grateful that she took that headache off of me, because the other one I had printed myself. I paid for it myself. I wasn't getting help. So you know how we are. We don't beg too much. So she assisted me with the printing. Not only that, there was all kinds of things happening with this book. It went to the airport. The plane was full. They take off the book. They put on people. Book they reach. And it's one of the biggest nightmares I have had, to have a book launch without books. But it's rich, but not a hard copy. So, Minister, I'm offering this one, but I'm coming to the office to officially offer the hardcover one, and then I will sign that one. But I want you to at least enjoy this so long as you review and everything else. As a matter of fact, the minister sent one of her people today to the airport to pick up the book and bring it to my house. I really want a round of applause for this minister. All right. Now, I know you have to leave, but I needed to do this before.
Thank you.
Super happy to-
Thank you once again, Honorable Minister of Justice Anna Richardson. Round of applause. Whenever Ms. Richardson says she's going to get those books done, she gets them done, if you know what I mean. Right, Anna? Okay. Don't worry, the books are coming. The books are coming. All right. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our next guest to the podium, the Honorable Prime Minister of St. Martin, Silveria Jacobs.
Good evening. Should I try that again? Good evening, everyone. Yes, much better. With protocol having been established, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here in the presence of all the esteemed guests of our wonderful Dr. Anders Linda Richardson, a lady of power, a lady of determination, who once she sets her mind to achieving a goal, does so, and does so with so much style. Give her a big round of applause. It is my privilege to extend a heartfelt tribute to this remarkable woman and to the remarkable achievements that she has made with this groundbreaking work encapsulated in the pages of Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Proceedings. Her dedication and pioneering spirit have undoubtedly played a pivotal role in narrowing the gap that has long existed between our judicial system and the residents of St. Martin, Saba, and St. Eustatius. This endeavor exemplifies the quintessential can-do attitude that resonates with the people of St. Martin, and more so, exemplifies a true Uwalichi woman and stands as a beacon for further initiatives like these. Dr. Anders Richardson's book not only addresses a persistent challenge that has demanded our unwavering attention and commitment, but offers a profound solution, because we are apt to enjoy complaining. But it is the thoughts and the minds of persons like Dr. Anders Richardson which sees solutions and works diligently to achieve them. A solution that promises to transform the landscape of our legal system. Feats of this importance are very familiar to our Honorable Dr. Anders Richardson, and we participate with her on this journey of remarkable accomplishments, and we understand that this will have further far-reaching conclusions. We know she is definitely not done. As a matter of fact, she serves as an inspiration to all of us that there is nothing that is, there's no retirement. There's nothing called retirement. And as a matter of fact, I have been getting more and more, you know how YouTube just finds the things you're interested in and keeps sending you more? I've been getting more and more videos of persons who are showing what it takes to have a long life. And it is by you remaining active, remaining busy with the things that you love. And so maybe you're not getting paid what you would have gotten paid before, but keeping an active mind, body, and spirit definitely has served Dr. Anders Linda Richardson well, and it is an inspiration to us all to continue to do what you love in committing yourself to making this world a better place. And more specifically here on St. Martin, making our St. Martin a better place. A little bit of the history in 2021, when St. Martin grappled with a shortage of proficient courtroom interpreters, Dr. Anders Richardson demonstrated an extraordinary initiative, drawing from her extensive experience in interpreting and translating within the judicial domain. She crafted a comprehensive court interpreting course. This we all learned from her in the soft launch. And this course was born out of a deep understanding of the disconnect between our citizens and the legal system. So it was out of a noble need that Dr. Anders took this step. And she authored Bringing the Court Before the People, Open to Interpretation. I love the spin on that. The heart of this disconnection stems from individuals involved in the penal process, often grappling with the intricacies of the Dutch language, which may be foreign to their everyday lives. Even in the Netherlands, the legal and judicial language is perceived as rather complex and daunting for a person, for the regular man and woman on the street, sparking discussions on simplifying legal terminology to enhance accessibility. So, of course, it will be a challenge right here on St. Martin. So within our islands, where we know people are fluent in both English, Papiamento, besides Dutch, this linguistic division exacerbates the lack of trust in our Dutch judicial system. And who wants to be before the court and not trust the proceedings or not understand what is being said, particularly about them and their actions? Imagine that being you in a country where you do not understand and you are handed down a verdict which has negative impacts on your life. While many have advocated for a complete departure from the Dutch-based justice system, deeming it unjust and against the best interests of the people, Dr. Anders Richardson is a pragmatist, a woman of action. Let's deal with what we have and find a solution, right? He wisely suggests simplifying the complex legal language and communicating with suspects, witnesses, and clients in a language they comprehend. Especially considering that English is one of the official languages within our kingdom, especially right here in the SSS Islands. I must say that in going to the, not swearing, the new judge, installation, thank you, of the new judge just recently, I was very much pleasantly surprised. The bar, her statements completely in English and advocate for that to be done on a regular basis. So even as we work on the translation, there are the members of the Bar Association and all the members within the court who see this as very, very important. And without any big changes, just do it. Give them a big round of applause. I think that's a very good initiative. And so I look forward to one day just popping in and hearing English being spoken much within our judicial system. I believe the new judge also spoke in all the languages at that time, so I was quite impressed. So I look forward to that spreading among the judiciary. It is our responsibility to guarantee that each person, every individual, has the right, or his or her right is lived up to, is executed in ensuring that they understand completely what is taking place. And I'm very, very proud of the production that Dr. Anders Linda Richardson, in collaboration with stakeholders in criminal proceedings, has meticulously assembled before us. The lovely cover, and us hearing how she went to youth for that one, all the more, aantrekkelijk attractive to also the young people. Literacy in general is something that we must also very much champion. I see our Minister of Finance championing financial literacy. And of course, myself as a former educator or educator for life, will continue to challenge and encourage all for literacy in general, because it doesn't matter our age, we must continue to learn. And through reading, we can learn much more. Another great example that I heard from a professional was, if you read 30 to 60 minutes per day in your field, you will continue to grow in your knowledge, that by the time a year or more has passed, it would be as if you've achieved another degree. Especially in today's age, no one has to limit themselves to being in a classroom. Self-study, finding ways to enrich yourselves is very, very important. And so before taking and going too far off my script, let me just conclude that as Prime Minister, I wholeheartedly endorse the objectives of this book and encourage its widespread adoption as a tool to strengthen the bonds between our judicial system and the people it serves. I applaud you, Dr. Anders Linda Richardson, for your unwavering dedication to this noble cause and your tireless efforts in creating this indispensable book of reference for all to be able to peruse, enjoy, and make use of. It serves as a testament to the values of education. As you know, I am a pusher for the Sustainable Development Goals. That is Sustainable Development Goal number 5, quality education, as well as 11, which talks about, 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. For us to have peace in our community, for each person to experience justice, we must have a strong institution based on, what was it, Giovanni? Linguistic liberation. Congratulations, and I wish Dr. Anders Richardson, all others who want to follow in her stead or collaborate, much success as we bring legal proceedings and the law closer to our citizens. Congratulations and continued success.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister of St. Martin, the Honorable Silveria Jacobs. Thank you again. And also, thank you for still considering me to be a youth. I just celebrated my 40th birthday a few weeks ago. Yes, 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 yes. And she still considers me a youth, even though my knees and my back don't really say the same. But yes, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, it was a great pleasure working on this book together with you, Dr. Anders Linda Richardson. I would like to call, well, before I call our next guest to the stage, Judge Hertian Walters. You good? Okay, just make sure I still saying it good. Okay, all right. I would like to call next to the stage, well, I have the honor to introduce the next person, the Ambassador of Culture. I would like to introduce Dame Ruby Butte. Ruby Butte, sorry, Dame Ruby Butte. Now, I'm not sure if she's more comfortable if we bring the mic to her, or would she like to come to the stage? Bring the mic to her? Oh, she'll have a chair there, okay.
Yes. Good evening to everyone here, to Her Excellency, our Governor, our Prime Minister. Good evening, all the dignitaries, also of the court, Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here on this special evening and celebration of our nation. This is a pleasure for me. But most of all, my cousin Linda, she has me here tonight, coming all the way from Brisbane. I'm here for Linda. And I want to greet our family members who are here also from the front side. Raise your hands. This evening, I will speak about Linda and how I knew her, and I will go as far back as our ancestors. Linda and myself, we are people, today we are here, but we come from the roots of culture, the purest of culture, coming from the village of Rambo, the village of Rambo, the village of St. Louis, Freetown. When you want to know culture and you want to feel culture, it's there you have to be. And I am proud of my cousin because I would tell you furthermore about our roots. She comes from the Panam dancer. Yes. In those days, the real Panam dancers. She comes from the musicians. She comes from the farmers. She comes from the shoemakers. When I say shoemaker, these people made sandals. I remember going to Puerto Rico for my uncle to buy leather to make the sandals. We also come from, and I'm going to turn this side, we come from the self-made lawyers. Way back in those days. My grandfather, Mr. Edward Foster, was a self-made lawyer and a land buyer. I come from some roots, and Linda also come from some roots. And we are here to celebrate her because she has worked and built St. Martin when it comes to languages, when it comes to translations and documents. I want to congratulate you because you have more than one book. You are always writing. I guess you don't do much sleeping. always up at night writing. So I congratulate you. And I know what that is because I do it myself too. You know, we love the pen in our hands. And I congratulate you for that. And this trilingual book is an asset to us. And it should be on all bookshelves in the homes here tonight. That book, it should be on all bookshelves. So we congratulate Dr. Anders Linda Richardson for this book. And I'm going to speak a little St. Martin English right now. This book Tis we zone. Tis we zone. So congratulations. My pleasure and honor to be here among you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thanks. Wow.
Again, thank you to our Ambassador of Culture. Dame Ruby Butte. And she told it like it is. Right, Ruby? So tibite is. Now, I thought when she said she was going to talk about Linda, she was going to go into the Linda with the, when she was a little child and maybe sneaking over, jumping over walls and climbing up pomseret trees. But I guess not. Maybe for the other book, we'll talk about that one. I would like to welcome to the stage the daughter of Dr. Anders Linda Richardson, the Honorable Dr. Ifelola Badajo.
He said honorable and I got scared. I was like, what happened? Good evening, everyone. Protocol being established. Ooh, I'm just taking it in. It is so good to see so many of you here this evening in support of Mom. This has been a very long journey, so please give yourselves a huge round of applause. As I think about Dr. Anders Linda Richardson, I think about a woman who has 2 honorary PhDs. I think about a woman who's been deemed from the Order of Orania. I think about a woman who has served this country as former minister of the Netherlands, for the Netherlands Antilles in education, youth, women affairs, and sports. I think about a woman who has also been the interim head of the education department, who has helped to found things like St. Martin Student Support Services. I think about a woman who, though she only has born 3 kids, she has 400 and at least 50 in this room tonight. Yes. But I also think of a woman who is passionate about this nation, passionate about people, passionate about justice. Her fight for language being the mother tongue language in English was something that she felt had to happen because she saw an injustice for the young people who would go to the Netherlands and study and be at a disadvantage because of the quality of language they had learned in their journey. I see a woman who is very much the same passionate woman who kept me up too late at night, fun fact, who has me working double time today, fun facts, to ensure that this book would be an absolute reality. And so this book is not just about Dr. Andus Linda A. Richardson. It's not just about her children. I'm being the eldest, my brother Femi Badajo, who's here. Thank you so much for being here, Fem, because, you know, it's hard to get Femi out. And my sister, who unfortunately could not make it here, but lives in the US. It is about all of us. It is about ensuring that when you are dealing with certain things, you understand what's actually happening around you. And that, like Mom likes to say, language rights is human rights. So without any further ado, I have the distinct honor to call her mommy. Please help me give a huge round of applause to none other than Dr. Andus, Dr. Linda Andrea Richardson.
You may be seated. Before I go into my speech, I just want to, I know that the Honorable Prime Minister also has, you gonna wait? Okay.
We got time.
All right. Psalm 137, by the rivers of Babylon. It's one of my favorite psalms, one of my favorite songs, that when I embarked on the fight for language rights many, many years ago for the children of this country and also of the other country, as a linguist first and also as Minister of Education, I used to try to explain to the people why we have to teach the children in the language that they dream in, they pray in, they talk to the mother in, and not to educate them in a foreign language. Mind you, I have no war against the Dutch language, but it was very unfortunate to see so many children dropping out of schools, repeating classes. Can you imagine a child in the first grade repeating a class because she did not know Dutch? So we embarked on that fight, on that struggle, after, by the way, having studied. Yes, I studied to become an interpreter, translator in Belgium, but after that, I went to the University of Amsterdam, where I got my degrees in general linguistics, social linguistics, psycholinguistics, Creole languages, and understood the dynamics, what happens in a child's head when a child has to be taught in a foreign language. As a matter of fact, when I got to Europe, I myself was a bit strange because I was accustomed to speaking like 3 languages in one sentence. And I thought it was normal. People thought I was speaking Esperanto. I would say, Mother, I had an 8 for geschiedenis. And I never thought it was strange. It's only when I got to Europe that people would look at me like, what's wrong with she? What happened to her? And so I had to change a bit. I still do it sometimes. My children can tell you, when I get upset with them, to avoid me saying things in their language, I switch into papiamento in Spanish, so they don't understand what I'm really telling them. So, having these different understanding of language and the issue that I've noticed that the language rights of the people of this country are constantly being trampled upon. I also embark on the path of the justice system. When I started to work on this book, people told me, you're going to put yourself out of a job as a court interpreter. I'm not afraid of that. No, I'm not putting myself out of a job as a court interpreter. The Honorable Justice Bokwit, who regrettably is not here tonight, regrettably, he taught me in the 1990s how it is for a judge to speak English to the people. I would sit in court as an interpreter, and only when he got a problem with a word, he would look at me, but he would always try to speak to the people. As a matter of fact, he was one of the most favorite judges on this island. Even if you would send somebody to jail for 5 or 10 years, when they see him, they would still say, "Hey, Judge, how are you?" He would whoops them. He used to give the most unconventional kind of punishments. It had a young man, great intellect, but destroyed by drugs. And guess what? The Honorable Justice Buffett would give him, "I want you to write every week an article and publish it in papers." You guys remember that? You remember how that guy changed? He moved from being a choller to a guy who have on a blazer because now he's a writer. All right? He would also be trying to, some of the young men that would come to court would try to negotiate their punishment. And he would let them know, this is not the States, we don't make negotiations here. But he would still listen. I remember once that someone had to go to jail, and he said, "You know what, Justice Buffett, I'm not going to go to jail now because it's Christmas time. You go report after the Christmas holidays." And guess what? The guy said, No, Judge. All my friends up there for Christmas. That's where I want to be. Because they got the churches are coming, bring your turkey, ham and thing, and my people there, out here, I don't know if I can get food to eat. So the judge said, "All right, go to jail before Christmas." All right? I have a tremendous respect for the gentleman, Honorable Justice Buffett. He came to the islands as a young man, and within 1 year, he learned Papiamento, and within 1 year, he was hearing the cases in Papiamento in Curaçao. When he came to St. Martin, he also heard the cases in English. That taught me that, hey, it could happen. And that disconnect that is between the court and the people of this country, even when people come and they're sitting in the back of the courtroom, it's public, that they don't understand a thing of what is going on. And some people don't feel, yeah, this justice system, with these people from Holland, it ain't right. Okay? And no matter how good an interpreter may be, still, a lot of things get lost sometimes in translation. I remember to interpret via video conference for a young man, and I was talking to him, and on the screen there were the judges in Curaçao. So I'm interpreting what the judges said in Curaçao. I'm doing my utmost to explain to him. And I noticed a young man keep looking down at my feet. It was a day I ran into court because I was called suddenly. I ran into court. It's a Friday with a jean pants, which I don't do, but I put on a blazer and sneakers. That is not me, but yeah, they called me last minute. I rushed in. But by the way, that ain't gonna happen no more, That running in when they call, that ain't happening no more. Anyway, so the young man looking at my feet, and he said, I'm there trying my best to explain to him what is being said. He said, "Miss, ma'am, you see those sneakers you got on? They're the wrong sneakers, You must buy those like what I got here." So I am busting my brain trying to explain to the man what's going on, and he's looking at my sneakers. Even though the judges will ask sometimes, "Did you understand what they said?" A lot of them would say yes, but they don't understand. Many of them don't even know how they get there, what they get there, what they even do. They don't understand half the time. All right? I know there's a movement in Holland that the legal language should be down, so we made more simplified. And I think it's necessary. We have situations, for example, I cannot down the legal language if a judge says, for example, I'm going to use a word, wederrechtelijke toe-eigenen, which means misappropriation, or to misappropriate. When I say that, and I translate that, you have misappropriated the car of Harry. The people look at me. So sometimes I whisper, "You steal a car, man." That's actually not my job, But for them to understand, sometimes I have to just whisper, "Yeah, man, you steal a car," because When you're using these big words, if people don't understand, I don't know if is the director of the prison here? Is he here tonight? But the last time when I did a This is a Soft launch, he was giving me a story that a lady ended up at the prison door and she was crying, Lord, I'm looking for my husband. I hear he up here. So the prison director, I think he might have just come out of Holland, so he was using these big words. He said, yes, your husband is incarcerated. She said, oh God, he incarcerated? Somebody pushed the prison director aside and said, yes, your husband locked up. She said, okay then, I'll go on. We have to deal with the language of the people. We have to talk more like the people, all right? So, I started out this book actually as a small part of a bigger book. The bigger book indeed is Bringing the Court Before the People, in which I am showing what happens from the moment you get picked up to go before the judge of instruction, to get to court, to the hearing and so forth. And I'm pointing out at several points during that whole proceedings where the language rights of the suspect are being violated. That was the main book. This was just going to be a few pages. When my students completed the course I gave them like 6 pages. I said, use those pages when you go to court, study them so that you can help yourself. The students who did the crash course that the Honorable Prime Minister spoke about, they get like 6, 7 pages. Right, Doris, are you here? And Suzanne? We started off with 7 students and 3 dropped out, and then I stayed with 4 who completed the course successfully, and then 2 left the island, so we're back to square one. This evening, I'm going to have a list, a form here. If there are any persons who would like to become a court interpreter, sometime next year, I'm going to be given a class again, and not no crash course now, because that took a lot out of me, so that we can start to get more, not only court interpreters, right? Interpreters on this island. Just last week, I had to interpret for that conference, Juliana. I was invited by Juliana, representative of the representation of the Dutch, to do this interpreting for this conference on slavery. And I had to ask permission to let a colleague of mine from Aruba come to assist, because we don't have those type of people on this island. All right, so we have to really do more about our language skills. We tend to say we are multilingual, but a lot of us are just semi-lingual. We know some language partially. We don't know any language properly, correct? But we brag we are multilingual people. So sometime later, there's a form. I am asking whoever is interested, we will check and see if they will be qualified to the course. I'm not in a rush to do that now. I have other things to do, but I will do it, because that's also one of the things that I want to leave behind, to get more interpreters and proper translators. That's the next thing. Both the interpreting as the translating professions are so-called free professions, so they're not protected. So a lot of people go around calling themselves translators and make a mess out of things at times. So after I had given my students these 6 pages, 7 pages, I continued to go to court nevertheless. Every time I have to interpret. Anyone could tell you, and one of the court recorders is here, whenever I'm in court, I have a pencil, a pen, and a paper, because every time I'm seeing new words that I did not put in the book yet. So the book that was at a time of around 60-something pages is now over 80, 70-something. Super, help me out here. All right. So we did a soft launch in March, and after that, this got delayed because my same mentor, Justice Bob Witt, who is at the Caribbean Court of Justice and who knows very well the Dutch as well as the Caribbean English and English, the translations, we had to go through the whole book and review it again. I could say I spent a few Saturdays getting what we would call lectures in comparative justice system from the Honorable Justice Buffett, to whom I am extremely grateful. And after we finished with that, then I said, indeed, now we're going to start to launch his book again. And that's when we brought in Super Kid, one of my students. Right? My children had already done the layout initially, but Super Kid perfected it. I want you to give him a hand of applause. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. And because I'm so stubborn that I'm going to do the self-publishing myself, it gives me a headache, right? I learned a lot. I started to study self-publishing now. I started to understand why this book, for example, is with spiral, is a reference book, and so it's better to use the spiral and not bind it. I started to understand all of that because actually I had sent it first to get bound, but then I went and studied about it. I started to understand what kind of paper would be good for a book like this. I started to understand, oh yeah, I had forgotten the reviews. I got some nice reviews, by the way, so I wanted them in the book also. And last but not least, when the book was so-called finished, I said, oh God, I forget the bibliography. No proper reference book is without bibliography. So I had to call him middle of the night, change it, we gotta add this, we gotta add that, and so forth and so forth. So yes, Super has been part of this process and will be part of the other books that are right now in the making. When you know what is bad? Super was in Colombia. He was seeing the doctors in Colombia, and all he did was work on my book. Because I would call him at night, and if he would say, Mommy, come on, man. I said, but only this last piece. But when I launched the book in March, when it was a soft launch, I did promise that this book will also have a papiamento and a French added to it. And since I said that, I have been called by persons in Curacao especially, asking me when the papiamento is ready. I do have a team in Aruba right now working on the papiamento to it because I do believe they too need this. Yes, there are a number of glossaries and lists of words floating around in the courts all over the place. But some of them is questionable and others are not as comprehensive as what I have put together here. What I did, I look at what is being said in court in Dutch and started to translate it in different languages. I also organized the book according to the most prevalent crimes on the island, and I also organize it according to what happens, as I said before, the moment you are picked up to when you got to go to the judge of instruction, and then also to the judge and how the proceedings are. So this actually is just again a piece of the bigger picture that is yet to come. I know the Prime Minister, you want to come now or you to go? Yeah? The Prime Minister told me that she had to go somewhere, so I want to call her right now, and then I will continue after. I know they have all kind of things going on. And again, this is not, Madam Prime Minister, this is not the book I really wanted to give you. The book I wanted to give you is a hardcover book. It's coming, okay? So don't write in this. I just want you to see how good you look. Anyway, the Prime Minister was so kind. I asked for a review. I got a foreword. Can you imagine that? Look, what a blessing. I asked for a review. I got a foreword. So thank you so much. Thanks. I also have to thank her because when we understood that Justice Buffett was ill and he might not be here, he asked me, he said, can you do it live stream? I said, I have these brilliant children. We will do live stream. Don't worry about it, Bob. We're going to do live stream. And then I said to Prime Minister, I ain't got no money to do live stream, you got to pay that too. And Prime Minister said, no problem. Tell me what it is, and I'll take care of that. Okay? Now, we still do live stream, although because the idea was that he self told me he wants to speak, even if he's not here, he would like to speak to the people. But regrettably, his condition, I heard from the wife today, has deteriorated, and he is not able to stream. today.
I think I said too much already, but I want to say congratulations again. As I told you, without knowing, she has a lot more planned. And so I ask God to give you the grace.
Thank you.
And the long life to be able to execute all your dreams. And the rest of us, be inspired.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Some of you may know I had a very popular program on Facebook on Sunday afternoons that I started when the pandemic hit. And I was very concerned that our elderly and our senior citizens would be locked in and nothing to do. So I started a program called Aging with Grace, an hour and a half, speaking to the people of St. Martin, as well as not only St. Martin. I had listeners and viewers in the States, Aruba, Curaçao, and so forth. The program was very popular. I was getting even offered to people want to sponsor the program. I never got sponsored. I just did it because I wanted people to know how they can handle their life and their health during the pandemic time. But I stopped it because I wanted to work on these books that I think are so necessary in this country at a time that we're talking about colonialism and slavery and so forth and so forth. The justice system in this country is apparently one of the last vestiges of such. So we have to really have to be aware of where we are when we are going to court. I did this because I did not want to be thinking of changing a total debt system into a Caribbean system, American system, or Australian system. This was to assist the stakeholders in court, prosecutors and judges and lawyers, to be able to connect better with the people of St. Martin. I'm seeing my daughter giving me a sign. Do you want me to do the presentation? All right. You know, when you're getting older, the young people want to run your life. Okay. So anyway, I am standing here a bit longer than was the intention. My intention was actually to profile Justice Bob Witt. As I have told several people, I have invited a lot of my family and people this time, not the last time, because where do I see them? Often at funerals and at wakes. So I am so happy that everybody come out. So we see each other now at a situation where we are, it's not a wake, it's not a funeral. It is a celebration of the family. Cousin Ruby is still there? Okay. So I did not make a dictionary. I did not make a glossary. I made what you call a terminology. It is not in alphabetical order. It is not, if you look on page 1, you're going to find something, Angifte, whatever. No, it is a comprehensive study of what exactly happens in court, given a description of the words that are used in court, not only in court, by the way, I'm wrong, not only in court. Even if a police stop you on the road, when you get what they call in Dutch a bekeuring, a ticket, oftentimes you see that those tickets are also in Dutch. So it's also a translation of all of those things at every step of the way, from the probation officer, the police officer. Mind you, I understood from Justice Bob Witt that nowhere in the law it is stated that everything must be in Dutch. The only thing, according to him, I'm just quoting him, that has to be in Dutch, written, is the judgment. But everything else can be in English. And as you all heard, English is also the official language of this country. It is also something that I fought for as minister, to have English and Papiament to be part of the official languages of the kingdom. So what Justice Bob Witt would do, he would pronounce his judgment in English, would speak in English, but then the judgment will be written in Dutch. That's the only thing. For the rest, everything else he spoke in English. I had the privilege to be in the courthouse in Aruba. And what do I see there? I see the judges from Aruba do the hearings in Papiamento. Very much impressed because the interpreter then only interprets for the public prosecutor. So I wanted to, with this book, encourage all stakeholders, everyone, to try and relate a bit more to the people without the fact that the people would be looking at me as if I'm the judge. Because when the judge says, ik ben de rechter, en dat is de griffier, then I'm repeating, I am the judge, and that's the court recorder, and the people keep looking at me like, almost as if I am the one sentencing them, or I'm the one who have something to say. So I really encourage all stakeholders in court, all stakeholders in the justice chain to do a bit more so that people would understand better what is happening. Too often when people come to court, the tickets that they get is in Dutch, they don't understand what's happening, they don't understand at all. The proces verbal and the official reports are also in Dutch. And we would like to see all of those things translated. Mind you, I don't have to do it. I don't need any more work. But I think some of those things should be translated. You want to throw me off, right?
So if we can please give her a huge round of applause. You see how passionate she is about this topic. And as Super Kid is assisting her down the steps, of course, she's available for questions. Books are on sale, and so you'll be able to get your copy this evening, and she will be more than happy to sign them. I just wanted to do one quick thing. If we can take maybe one or two questions from the audience in this moment.
Yes.
Any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Dr. Anders Linda Richardson?
No? Yes?
How a little girl from Brazil feel tonight. How a little girl from Brazil feel tonight.
For those of you who don't know, Brazil is from Aruba. So, okay, there's a whole Brazil section over here.
Well, at least my first cousin has divulged that I'm also from Brazil. And, and my cousin Ruby did not talk about my life with her in Aruba, but it's okay. I feel great, and I'm so happy that all of you are here. My family out. Right? Okay.
Thank you so much for the love. And so I will go ahead and hand back over the role of moderating to none other than Super Kid.
Thank you very much. No other questions? Nobody wants to know what's the latest she texted me? No? Okay, no? I think we have one more, Ife.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I don't have a question, but I want to say that I remember when Dr. Anders Linda Richardson came to St. Martin, and I hope you recall, Dr. Anders Richardson, when you came to Milton Peters College, you were invited as Minister of Education, and everybody, including me, were quite shocked when you addressed us in St. Martin English. Remember that? Where is she? Yes, and everybody was very shocked because we were not as far as you were, because you had all the exposure abroad about languages and all of that. So we have come a long way, and we have still more to go because our education is lagging behind. So I thank you for what you're doing, and right now, you know, you have my full support when it comes to English as language of instruction and making it accessible to everybody in court. So congratulations.
All right. Thank you for those questions and comments. We really appreciate it. And I'm sure Dr. Anders Linda Richardson appreciates it as well. We have come to the end of our program. And like Dr. Ife mentioned, that the books will be available for purchase and signing right here to the left of me. Of course, the hardcover books will be arriving soon to the island, and those will be distributed to those that Linda has those specifically for. And if any are left over, those will also go for sale as well. All right. And we're also looking forward to, including me, working together hand in hand with the upcoming versions, which will also include Papiamento and French. So we're looking forward to those as well. And maybe Creole or maybe even Hindi. Cookie, right? Hindi, you would like that too? And many other languages, because St. Martin is a melting pot. We have many different cultures and many people that speak many different languages here on the island. And they too might end up or have to go to court and need to be represented and understand exactly what is going on. So hopefully one of these days we get to that point. And Linda, like Ife mentioned, give you the grace to be here as long as possible to make sure those things happen. And we'll be right here with you. All right? So without further ado, once again, I would like to thank everyone for being here this evening. Thank you again for joining us. As you see, there's some refreshment and snacks being served. And also special thanks to Ife Badajo, also Femi. Thank you for being here this evening. Also Yinka, unfortunately she couldn't be here. That is Linda's other daughter. And of course, Princess Sarai. We cannot forget your granddaughter also. I think we have one more special guest that we would like to invite now to the stage. And I believe Elaine Jeffrey, her adopted daughter, Elaine Jeffrey.
On behalf of Dr. Linda Richardson, linguist, song translator, and interpreter, author, and self-publisher of this unique book, Trilingual Terminology in Criminal Proceedings, I have the distinct honor and pleasure to express our heartfelt gratitude to all those who contributed towards making this event a tremendous success. Mrs. Sharmina Powell Richardson, for the very inspiring prayer, the Honorable Judge Walters, Vice President of the Joint Court of Justice, the Honorable Anna Richardson, Minister of Justice of St. Martin. Not only did she make sure that the books got printed, but also sent a staff of ministry to the airport to pick them up. The Honorable Silvera Jacobs, Prime Minister of St. Martin, for her kind words, full support of this endeavor by Dr. Anders Richardson, and taking care of the live stream. Mr. Gino Olivaci, another one of Dr. Anders Richardson's adopted sons, for his inspiring poem. Dame Ruby Butte for her contribution. Master of Ceremony, Kevin Supercade Petrona, who did the final layout of the book. Mr. Ludwig York from Rent a Sound. Paradise Event Hall for the great service and cooperation, ensuring that this is a successful book launch. Dr. Ife Badijo for expertly putting this event together. Miss Julia Craig for filming and documenting this event. Miss Brenda Rodriguez for also filming this event. Andrew Samuel of the TLC Group in Trinidad, printer of the books. Kenton Lord, who ensured that the book got shipped. Marisha Olivaci Carty, Nalia Ahad, Juliana Peter, Florencia Williams, thank you. All those who in one way or the other assisted in making this product and this event a reality. Dr. Anders Linda Richardson wishes to thank the representatives of the different councils and organizations for coming out and for taking time to share this special occasion with her on Constitution Day. Bedankt, thank you, gracias.
Thank you, Elaine. This is going to be a little bit unconventional, but His Excellency, Ojamo Bailey, will you be staying with us for the, yeah? Okay, so you'll be staying here with us this evening. And I think you want to present him a book as well, Dr. Andas? Yeah? Okay. So, I'd like to call Linda, Dr. Linda back to the stage. Hold on to this guy. He's a bit stage shy. Sorry? You wanted to say a few words? Oh, just the mic?
For me? Okay. Please. No, I just wanted to say I will be visiting the cabinet of the governor to present him with a hard copy of the book. But I also want to thank the governor because in his previous life, he was also acting judge of instruction. And I worked with him, but he didn't need me when it concerns English speakers, our clients. He only makes use of my services where it concerns Spanish clients. All right, so he would speak in English. Sometimes he hit a little St. Martin English. I will be there, but most of the time, at the time, not governor, at the time, judge of instruction. Yeah? And I was so proud to see him there as judge of instruction. He would speak to the people in their language. So thank you. You also gave me inspiration to continue this book. And for those who don't know, because a lot of people think that because I think you made a mistake, Super, saying Anna is my family, she's a Richardson. I guess she is, but I don't know, but I know one thing. This gentleman here, he's my family from the French side. As well as our other cousin, who right now we are so proud that she's going to be the first St. Martin prosecutor of St. Martin, the young lady Bailey. I'm so proud of that. I'll do the book at the cabinet with an official picture next to him. All right, thanks.
And with that, we come to the official closing of this evening event. Thank you very much once again, everyone, for being here. We have drinks and snacks available, and please mingle, network. Don't forget to purchase your books. They're going to be signed as well. They are available. And once again, thank you for being here this evening, and get home safely. Thank you very much once again.